Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Turngo Anderson Gaji. You can also call me Turn or Dr. Turn. I'm gonna pick up where we left. First of all, let me cut off the that video and my cam. Uh, in the last step, we're going to import data sets. So some of you use Excel files, so I'm going to start by importing Excel file first. How show you how to import Excel file before we begin. And then we also import uh, uh, the data from SQL. So let me start by saying, let me just say import file, import Excel file or dataset. I usually try to establish what the file path is. So I'm going to be importing that from this file path here. Move that aside. Actually, that file path is also on top here from the previous change directory that I did. So here will be faster. I'm going to come all the way back down and then paste that here. Then the name of the Excel file, so it is a CSV comma delimited. So I'm just gonna do that there, paste, and then .csv. Okay. Then data file under .csv. Read that file from that file path. This is a long process of import, but I like doing it like this so that I will to keep my work organized. Data frame. Next, let's just read that quickly. Actually, lock. Three. You can either read it like that, and it's going to read the first four rows. If you want it to read only three, you can change this to like two. I don't like I just like to visualize the top headers, and that is it. So this is how we import that. We're going to be using this column, and that column only. Let me open the Excel file so that you see how the data looks like. So we'll be using this column here, that column, and I think this column in the these were the columns that we're going to use in the SQL, which I think I put them somewhere here. Let me see. This was the file name. So if I say, let me make sure this is working. From that, select all from then if I run that, Control Shift E, we run that, and then this is what we're gonna be dealing with here. That same columns that are here. Now let me switch back to the Python output. Now we're gonna read from SQL. How to read data from SQL is a bit trickier So we're gonna start by saying driver name. Because of time, let me just copy and paste this code to save our time. That is how it's gonna be. This is, if I come back to my SQL server, and I think I click here, that is, let me just click connection over there, edit connection. That is the server name, which is Dr. 10, that, and that, and then this is the data base. So let me X that out. That is what we have here. So let me run that. That looks good. Next, I'm gonna write this code here. Then I'll run it again. This driver name here is it. Server database. Run that. Good. Next, I will establish the connection to SQL Server. Run that. It connected. That is good. This ODBC, this pipeline was already in. This was already imported up on the top here. The PyPy ODBC. So that is why, if you're wondering why I did not import it first, I already did that. Then next, we will pull that data from SQL. Select, we name this code here select query. We're going to select all the columns from that. I think the file we wanted to do was SQL pred, something like that. So let me delete that. That is the table name. Let me go back here and check. Yes, this is the table name right here. Let me just copy it from here. Again, let me just run this here so you will see again. That is the table that we want to pull. This is the table that we want to pull into our Python. So let me just paste that here to be sure it's correct. Then run. Perfect, it worked. Next, we're gonna pull that in here. Let me just change it to 3. I like to watch a view to the first 3. Again, that is perfect. See, this is the same thing as what was in the SQL server, but I'm viewing it in using the VS Code. So this is how you pull data from SQL in Python for analysis. I can also view how the number of columns. Let's say this is SQL data. I can say that for Y in SQL data.columns, print Y, so that we'll view the columns. This is it. Now I can copy and paste in my other codes as I'm going. I can also say here info SQL data dot info, just to view the information. Okay, so we don't have any null in the data set. BMI is float, insulin is float. So good. So in our next video, I will start the the exploration, the transformation, the EDA, the exploratory data analysis process. Thank you.